We're getting started. We're short, so when we get up, don't laugh. Okay, here we go.
This is a squirt.
A squirt on purpose. Is it a squirt or squirt? Squirt. Okay. Y'all, thank you. Oh, yeah, we have mics. See, look, we're official. I said, give you a thumbs up or some hearts or emojis if you can hear us. Have it sideways. How about now? Hello, hello. Speakers on.
It's
Oh,
a
yeah,
little
that might be it.
echoey.
Now can you hear us? How's now?
I can hear you. It still sounds echoey, but I can hear you clearly.
We can stand right here. Like this is a little better, or even without our mics?
Try without the mics.
Trying without the mics.
Much better.
Oh, okay. Fancy don't work for us. Got it. Back to basics we go. That was easy. Thank you, Salonis and Yvonne. We appreciate that. We did mic checks, but we don't need mics because we're loud. Okay, y'all, thank you so much for being here. We are Melanin Minds. This is the Melanin Minds Mental Health Conference, inaugural. It's our first one. And we would like to do some ancestral and land acknowledgements before we get started. We honor those who came before us to make it possible for us to tell our story, be our own brand, live our truth, and stand in our moment. We acknowledge the indigenous people as the original stewards of this land. We celebrate our melanin mothers. Oh, yes. All right, yeah, I celebrate my mom all the time. Shout out, Mom, I see you, you made it in. Thank you for doing our labels. We acknowledge the women of color that are in the entrepreneur spaces that we walk with. We amplify our communities, and we are Melanin Minds. What's up, Mel?
How y'all doing? So we want to welcome y'all, give y'all a little bit of background on our businesses and how all of this came to be. And yeah, if y'all don't know me, I am Melissa Mel. I am the founder of the WoMi App, which is the first native directory app for women-owned and minority-owned small businesses. Download it in Google Play and App Stores. If you have a small business, it's free to sign up. And I am a part of this amazing entrepreneurial community that is supporting womenpreneurs, women-centric organizations, and their teams, founded by this one here.
You know our mission, my mission, our mission, the Us Space mission. Hi, y'all. My name is LaGina. I am the founder of the Us Space. Mel gave our mission. My focus is social impact, and as an artist, an entrepreneur, and everything in between, I found that it is important to have women around me, women of color, powerful people, people that are like-minded. Sometimes it's challenging to find spaces where you can just be yourself and thrive. And so I created the Us Space. We just signed for physical space here in Houston, Texas. Yes. And we're housed right out of the Cannon. The Cannon is housing the Us Space until we fund our first physical location in the 3rd Ward. And we believe in membership-powered programming. So that's how me and Mel met. We met through another entrepreneurial sis. That's us right there. And she was doing a live with you, right? And I know how nervous our friend gets on live. So I went in and I started dropping links for dropping links. And then I was like, oh, I like this girl, this woman, this chick. And so I DM'd Mel and I was like, we've got to connect. And I told her about the Us Space. She's one of the jump off members of the Us Space. We went virtual before we went physical. Yes. And for those of y'all that don't know, up until less than 24 hours ago, Mel and I had never met in person.
Yeah, I'm out in LA, LaGina's out here in Houston. So all of our friendship, all of our business building up until now has all been virtual. So really, really grateful to have the Us Space jump off virtually first.
Yeah, we would have never met.
Yes, and through our co-working, through our accountability, through our sisterhood, we definitely connected over like our mental health. First, it was our eating.
our eating.
Our eating habits and how that kind of falls to the wayside when we're overwhelmed or overworked. And then it's a combination of that, like anxiety, depression. It's like we're always talking about our mental health and always holding each other accountable, always like supporting each other through it. So when it came to the WoMi App had our first conference back in March, supporting womenpreneurs, of which LaGina was a part of that. And after that happened, Gina was like, yeah, she actually said during the conference, like, oh yeah, we'll do another conference.
Yeah, it was one night we were in the club, which is like the Us Spaces virtual work accountability day / any day we all jump in there and work. And Mel was like really stressed. And I was like, girl, don't worry about it. It's just a conference. You're going to do what you do. It's going to happen. People are going to love it. Your social impact, you're making change. And she like looked up at me and like this, like, please, you're too happy. And I was like, well, we're going to do a conference together later anyways. And she looked at me again like, no, we're not.
Right.
And I was like, okay, do you need any help? And I walked her through some things and she troubleshot some things with me. And then, yeah, I did the conference with you and now we're here. And another point of our mental health where we connected is I have a podcast. It's called LaRae Infinity, Let's Talk Podcast. And Mel is in season 3, the ladies behind the mic. She's episode 5. So she's episode 5. I see you, Vaughn. Yeah, I know a little Spanish too. Muy poquito Spanish, Espanol. But so season 3, the ladies behind the mic, and we were talking about just our mental mindset and how we're affected by day-to-day things, whether it's subliminal or not, commercials, how we're supposed to view ourselves, how we're supposed to act as women, as people of color, how people expect us to act, how as we grow up, we realize some of the things that we may have noticed or been taught as children may not be like the healthy melanin mind. And she speaks about it in her podcast episode really candidly. And we connected over that as well. And so when we came up with this conference, I didn't even know there was such thing as Minority Mental Health Month. I was like, okay, girl, no, there isn't. Oh, yes, they gave us another month. We get to celebrate our mental health in July. And so, yeah, that's how everything happened.
Yeah, and just a little background on it. So July is BB Campbell National Minority Mental Health Month. And BB Campbell was an activist, an author, co-founder of WoMi Los Angeles. And yeah, this month has been around for years, but everyone always talks about, Mental Health Awareness Month in May, which was honestly too soon from when we got started talking about a conference. So I was like, okay, let's go a couple months out, and July is Minority Mental Health Month. And because both of our missions are so focused on women of color, people of color, communities, Black, Indigenous people of color, we're like, yeah, let's do this for us. Let's do something for us, by us, as we always do with our businesses. And this is our new business baby.
Yes.
Our accidental business.
Yeah. So Melanin Minds, our goal is by the beginning of 2022 to be a full-on nonprofit with a board and everything else. So, post-conference, be looking out for us to call on y'all for more support and for us to find more ways to amplify and uplift everybody in our community. And I'm just so happy again, Mel, to have met you.
How are you going to do a conference?
Yeah, we're gonna do this. Everybody, me and Yvonne already cried on live. It's great. And I am happy to be doing the Us Space and thankful to the Canon and thankful for all the speakers. Thank you for the sponsors, all our friends last minute and all prior to that called us, helped us troubleshoot, helped us, donated, everything. We appreciate everybody. And we're gonna are we on time? What is there? There's one more thing.
So I just wanted to mention a couple things, but the first one being, yes, thank you to all of our sponsors, our speakers, but in case anyone was confused, it is literally these two behind this whole entire thing. Just, 2 founders just founding something else and putting all this on ourselves.
Yeah.
So kudos to us for putting together.
Are we doing high fives? Oh, we missed. Oh, wow, we missed. That was not practice.
No, but yeah, it's really just two women founders creating something else for our communities together. So we're so grateful for all of our sponsors. We'll be having them on these slides here. And We'll be sending out like a follow-up information so you can learn more about them as well. We will also keep up the donation ticket link. So if you feel moved in your heart to support us and support us getting our nonprofit status, you can definitely check that out. And again, if you're interested in being an advisory board, definitely hit us up. We are so here to collaborate with y'all and give y'all space and platform. So yeah, I think we can get into some like logistical things for the meeting itself.
Oh yeah. Talk about like how we're not doing the conference Zoom, because this is our goal for today, is to walk away with tangible things. We're celebrating Melanin Minds, and we're also celebrating Melanin Minds within all of the mental health professions from a holistic standpoint. So what we want y'all to do today is to find people to connect with. We want you to use as a resource all of these people, all of these powerful Melanin Minds that are going to be speaking, that are going to be doing workshops. Involve yourself with them. There'll be vendor rooms open where you can go and talk to them throughout the day. Our goal is for you to walk away with tangible things, finding a therapist, finding a stretch person, finding a nutritionist, finding anything, Reiki, meditation. We want you to see, and we want to understand, just like we've been understanding as we've been planning, that there are so many people out there that look like us, that are walking us through our mental health on this holistic, really advantageous way. So yeah.
Absolutely. So to that point, we mentioned you'll be able to speak with our speakers. So you should see on the chat, you're able to message everyone. So definitely network amongst yourselves. Let us know how we're doing. If anything's resonating with you, give us the emoji symbols too. And you can directly message Help if you have any questions or if you get lost during the breakout rooms. And to that point, you should see a little pop-up that says breakout rooms. If you don't, you just have an OG computer, which is fine.
I have one.
But you should be able to hop in and out of breakout rooms as you please. Don't do so yet. But you will be able to, during the breaks, just hop into whatever breakout room you want to speak to the vendor, learn more about their business. About a good 95% of our speakers are also entrepreneurs with their own businesses, private practices. So they'll all have their business names listed in breakout rooms. So before or after their sessions, if you want to follow up with questions, get to learn more about their services, you can hop into their breakout room with them. And so our coming up session is going to be 2 workshops that you can choose from. So if you don't see that option to choose your own breakout, just message Help and let us know which workshop you want to do when it comes up, and then we'll put you into that breakout room. And I know we do have that first session is going to feature one option that's good for children, families, little ones. However, the rest of this conference, because we are going to get into very adult topics, we're going to get deep. We don't want to censor ourselves or our speakers or the topics. So just a warning, we will cuss, we will get deep, we will have adult topics happening for the rest of the conference. But that meditation for kids and families will be kid friendly. The rest maybe not. So you may have heard already on our playlist, it's the explicit version. So just a little warning, we will be getting into as much as we can, as much as our speakers want to share, but maybe not all of it will be kid friendly.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. And I think the best way for us to celebrate our Melanin Minds is to have candid conversations, and candid is candid. Again, please make sure that you are using all the resources available today. DM, drop your LinkedIns, follow our speakers, follow us on IG, Instagram, _Melanin Minds is our Instagram. And you can find all of our speakers, our panelists, and our moderators on there. Again, the vendor rooms. My favorite thing about this conference is that all of the people on the conference, like 95%, actually 99%, have their own businesses. So you get to speak to CEOs all day. That's what we're doing today. Isn't that? Yeah, like, didn't that just register for everybody? We're CEOs. You get to speak to CEOs all day. And again, our donation link's open on Eventbrite. So if you want to help power Melanin Minds through forever and ever, please donate.
I think we're so good.
We're so good on time.
So yeah, if you were able to select, well, either way, you should see the option for 2 workshops, which will be our next session coming up in 3 minutes. The first is meditation for kids and families with Yvonne, who is on a mission to teach meditation to 1 million kids. So she's going to go over best practices. She'll do a bit of a meditation practice, and we'll get to know more about her and her mission. Yes. And then we have meditation for self, sensuality, and purpose with Selena's Nicole Bay. And you'll get to learn more about her, get into meditation for finding yourself, and deepening your practice that way. So if you
Wait, before you say that, because you did this self-sensuality, I am the point person for Yvonne's room, and we are going to be, like, we have hearts. There's a battle going on right now, because when we're talking about 1 million children and teaching them how to meditate, Yvonne's going to talk about it in her session, so I'm not taking away. But if you have kids, if you have God kids, and you feel like you can, you know, or if you're assigned to people in your heart, right? And you feel like you could take away something from a family and kid meditation session, please do, because I'm going to be in there. I have no kids. Everybody knows that. I have a whole bunch of God kids and kids that are assigned in my heart. And one of my favorite things is all the kids know we do breathing sessions. My nephew's like, see you later, Grandma. LaGina's going to make me do yoga and meditate. Like, he said that. And I was like, I can hear you. But you know, if there's something powerful about kids that can self-soothe, and think through things. And there's something powerful if you aren't tapped into yourself, learning your sensuality through meditation.
Yeah.
So again, we have 2 amazing sessions. You have to choose your own journey, pick your own path today.